So three of you have children, right? And are somewhat single or complicated. So let me ask this. Do you think a woman that has a child can have the same requirements and demands of a man that she would when she didn't have a kid? Start here.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so standards don't go down. What about you?
Say again, what was the question?
A woman that has a kid, right? Do you think that she can demand and require the same status of man that she wanted prior to her having that child?
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't have to lower standards in your opinion.
I think the standard probably just gets a little bit higher once
goes
you
even
have
higher.
a child. It's like
Interesting.
you look for a certain type of man.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it goes down. I have 3 kids, and
You got to think about you and your child now. Standards.
I have a lot of men that actually don't have kids that are still willing, to
Yeah,
date me.
people-
But like for
yeah.
me, I see very like I have morals, I have values, I have I guess somewhat of a checklist that you need to I need to make sure all of.
So if
these
anything, you
things-
guys think the standards should stay at the same when you were single and childless, or if not, actually go up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because
Yeah.
it's the safety of our kids.
Okay, now realistically speaking, do you think you qualify for that compared to other single women
I
that
mean,
are younger and don't have children?
I mean, I don't think so.
You don't
but
think you
also,
qualify?
I mean,
Or not you in particular, but do you think that women that have children qualify to the same standard as someone who doesn't have kids, realistically speaking?
No, it's different. It's different.
How's it different?
Because you don't have to think about the other standard of your child. Your child is like the piece of you, but your child is a whole different person that has their own different standards.
All right, well, let me ask you
So
this.
now you're thinking of now you have to be on a specific standard of a man, where when you're single, it's kind of like,
Okay, hold on.
know?
Let's make this a little bit more fun, because obviously you guys are invested in this question because some of you guys are single moms. How about this? Let's say your son was going to get into a serious relationship. 2 options. One girl, 21, no children. Other girl, 31, 2 children. Who would you tell him to get with, assuming everything else is equal? Who would you prefer your son to get with?
How old is he at that point?
mm-hmm.
Who would you suggest?
Let's say he's like 25, 27.
What would you suggest?
Yeah, my son's 6, so I don't even think
I think
about
whatever
these
is the
things.
healthier option. Honestly,
No. Assuming all things are equal, both girls are the same exact person essentially, but one is a little bit older with 2 children versus the other one has no children and is younger. Who should you go with? Start here.
The one that makes him a good man and with God.
I think
Again,
Obviously, the
everything
single-
equal.
Everything equal?
Yes.
If you had to choose one.
Oh, well, I don't know. The
So
one
the
my
lo-
son
the-
wants to choose, not what I want to choose for him.
Okay. What would you
the
pick for your
love
son?
being equal? He loves them.
Like
All
the same,
things
same,
equal.
everything same. But the only thing that's not the same is the one with kids or no kids.
So
Yep. And,
So
and she's
obviously-
older.
and age.
I think
What an age?
And she's older too. Yeah.
But then you can't say same. Obviously, go. Son,
The
no, I
person
would
with
tell
more
my
age
son,
is
go
gonna
with
have
the
more
one
experience.
without
So
the
here's the
baby.
thing. I love that answer that you gave. You're basically conceding that age and amount of children absolutely matters in your value. And this is kind of what you guys are dancing around, which I find is very interesting during the course of this conversation.
Mhm.
That I think you guys inherently understand that your value is intimately tied to your age and if you have children or not when it comes to how men assess you. It's just that you guys don't like admitting this.
Oh, okay.
I can agree with that.
I can tell from the stammering and the inability to answer this question.
No, I don't know. That's not my thing.
So what if it's vice versa? What if it's a 21-year-old with a baby and a 31-year-old that has no kids?
A man, you mean?
No, with a woman. If she's 31 and she has no kids and the girl's 21 with a kid and he's 25, as you say, then what is good?
I would
choice?
say they're almost equal
Why?
because the things that men value women for, basically youth and beauty,
Mhm.
right? That's going to be more apparent in the younger woman. Though she has a kid
Mhm.
that obviously knocks her down significantly, I would say she still holds
She's
somewhat
still
similar
young.
value to the 31-year-old.
So
Mhm.
we should date older men then.
No, I'm talking about, well, yes, but that's typically what women
Okay.
are attracted to. But men
Yeah.
don't like to date older women is
Yeah.
my basic
Mhm.
premise here.
I mean, if you could,
I mean, all of your boyfriends right now, complicated guy, is he older than you?
Mhm.
So, I mean, clearly there's
See,
merit to what I'm
it
saying.
is true. He's
But I
he's
mean, but
making
then again,
sense.
okay, so you see someone, right? You meet a girl and she looks young, for example. She looks a certain age.
Uh-huh.
And she still doesn't have kids or whatever, but she looks young and she tells you how old she is and she's older than you. Would you automatically be like, no, I'm not gonna date her because she's like 3 years older than me or 5
No, he'll
years
be like,
older?
that's hot.
Is it gonna be hot in 10 years?
not him.
Well, here's the thing. Looks are great, right? Some girls are able to push the clock back, but in general, older women tend to have bad habits.
Like what?
that aren't reprogrammable?
Baggage, a lot of trauma, a lot of red flags.
Children from prior relationships
Children are good.
See,
for you.
And the dad that comes
Yeah.
with it.
Well, what if I say
Yeah.
I don't date men with children and I have a child? But I don't like to
You
date
don't
men
date
with
what?
children. I don't like to date men with children.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
true.
single. What if I say something like
Mhm.
that? Then
I mean, you'd be 100% within your prerogative to say that. I mean, I
but
don't
would I
think
be wrong?
I don't think men would take offense if you said that. But I find it interesting that women will absolutely take offense if a guy says I don't date single moms,
I
I
mean,
wouldn't be talking to him.
I would argue that
Okay.
most women don't date guys with kids.
or if they do, a lot of the times that guy brings a lot of value. He makes a good amount of money or whatever.
Successful.
So
Mhm.
women get a lot of value from being with a single father versus when a guy comes into a relationship with a single mom, at some point he's going to bear the brunt of raising that child.
I have a question. You have no
Is-
kids, right?
I have no kids.
Would you date a guy with kids?
I did.
But would you do it again?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They'll do it if they got money and they're successful. That's the difference.
It's different when money is not. Money is like the number one thing in relationships what causes turmoil. So when you're not worried about money, that's a whole thing you can take off of the table that you don't have to worry about. Kids are usually difficult when the mom and the dad don't get along or agree with each other. So when there's no mom in the picture but there's kids, totally fine. It's just a little difficult getting along with the kids and like getting to know them. When there is a mom in the picture still, and then there is kids, you have to be able to have a good relationship with the mom because the mom has control of the kids.
So you would deal with baby mama drama?
I don't deal with baby mama drama, no. But I can, if I can be cordial with the mom of the kids,
You're hoping that you can be.
I was. But yeah, if I'm not, then the relationship won't work.
I think for women, getting with a single father isn't as detrimental as a man getting with a
Yeah.
single mother, because women aren't expected to come in and provide resources.
Yeah.
Like we are.
Exactly.
We have way more skin in the game when we get with single moms versus you guys getting in with a single dad, right?
The single dad more so needs us.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say
The single
my-
mom
personally,
want
I'm
like,
like, thank goodness
the
for
single.
my
Yeah, it's,
No, I'd
it's
argue
different.
it's actually the opposite.
It's the opposite
they
with the
don't
women.
need you.
Yeah,
the
so
single
the
father.
single father, no.
And you're not expected to provide resources, which is the biggest thing. Versus as a single dad, at some point you're gonna have to deal with that ugly reality that you're gonna support this kid that isn't yours to some degree.
At some point.
Versus
You mean
the
single
woman-
mom. You mean single? Yes.
Yeah,
respectfully,
yeah. So if a guy gets with a single mom,
Mhm.
Yeah.
once that relationship becomes serious, she comes with the kid.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Versus
you gotta be the
you get with a single father,
He's
Yeah,
still
he's
taking
coming
care
with
of
the
the
he's
kids.
kids.
taking care of you
But
and
he's
the
taking care of the
kids.
kids.
he's
so
never
it's
gonna
different,
ask you
yeah.
for money for that kid 9 out
Yeah.
of 10 times.
Mhm.
Right? So I think that's the biggest difference. Women have way less skin in the game, maybe some emotional skin because you'll obviously develop a bond with that child.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I would argue men rarely end relationships. So is he really going to pull that child from you? Probably not. If you're a good woman.
No.
But on the other hand, single moms end relationships all the time. And then what ends up happening is not only do you have emotional investment with that kid as the man, now you have financial investment as well because you've spent money. Because at some point, as the guy, you're expected to be the breadwinner to some degree, even if it's partial.
hmm
I mean, keeping it real, all things being equal and fair,
Mhm.
if I was gonna buy a car using new, I want to buy a new car. You know, not used.